So my face is not in there. So let's see if that'll put my face back. Okay. So thank you. Hi, my name is Erica with the Poindexter Real Estate Group. This is your Friday market update on January 24th, 2020. Thank you for joining me. I received this real estate report card from one of my mortgage partners, Kristen Cooper. I was really into this and I wanted to share it with you. So I kind of want to start at the top and work our way down and discuss what is on this report card sheet thing. From the top, this is just Placer County. These badges kind of represent the health of the county overall, and the gold is a 10% of the country, silver is 20%, and bronze is 30%. Gold, we are gold across the board, and what I like about that is the historical appreciation. That kind of gets me excited because it means that over time, Placer County has been in the top 10% as far as a good investment for a really long time. The custom home price, I hate that it says custom. That's weird to me. I think that I'm going to send an email. I don't like it because it's not a custom home, and you can put a custom price in there. So you can change these numbers based on what your purchase price is or what your home value is. And so we used 450,000, but we can put whatever we want in there. That's the custom. I don't know. I think it's worded weird. Median home price in Placer County is $496,992. So if you are buying a home at $450,000, you're getting a deal. What do you know? Appreciation in Placer County, 60-year appreciation at 6.23%. 10-year appreciation, so that's from 2010 to 2020. There were some low years in there, and that is still appreciation at 3.76%. 5-year appreciation at 6.19%. So this tells me something too, that people are worried about a decline in prices. And although if you look at this forecast, you can see that that's not coming. But if it did, you still have an appreciation over time. And something else that I talk to people about too is housing security. So rent is extremely expensive. If you're purchasing a home right now and you can afford that payment and you can afford that payment long term, it makes a ton of sense, because I've got clients evicted because now their landlord wants to sell. I have clients, can't have their pets, can't paint, can't garden, can't whatever, because it's not their house. And rent is extremely expensive, and rent is going up, and rent is not slowing down at all. And if you say you bought in 2010, felt a little slump, but your payment is super low because your rate is super low, you still had some appreciation. Not to mention the savings that you've banked from making your payment on time every month. So you still have some gains in there where you paid down that principal on the house, which if you were renting over that 10-year period, that money doesn't go back to you. And so they are predicting in 5 years a gain of 37.42%, which is insane. Like, that is a lot. And it's going to change a lot of things around here. And if you've been thinking about buying, I think that it's something that you need to consider soon. So if you were to hold this house for 5 years, they're forecasting the forecasted gain is $168,400. I mean, if you look at next year, that house could be $475,875. So you could have already lost $25,000 by waiting till next spring. And then the rest of this kind of explains why we are seeing that kind of appreciation in Placer County. So inventory is super low. I talked about this on my video last week. For every 1,000 people, there's only 5 homes for sale. 5. That's not very many. And then if you look at who is buying, 27 to 35 and 36 to 44, those are the highest percentage of people who are buying. Down here, the boomers, 65 to 64, they're next, and they are usually downsizing. Here, we've got people who are just getting married, just having children, that kind of thing, and so they're all buying. Which means on this one, the 45 to 64, when they're downsizing, they're listing something for sale and then they're purchasing something else. So they're kind of negating the inventory. In this price range, right, in this age range right here, even especially 27 to 35, they're generally first-time home buyers, and they're not listing anything for sale, so they're just absorbing inventory. But and then total population of Placer County is about 380,000. Excuse me, hiccup. About 105,000 of those people are renters. And out of those 105,000 renters, about 26,000 people who are renters who can afford to purchase. And I have a theory about why millennials, me, are not buying. So we all saw our parents lose our house, right? Like a lot of us had experiences with parents who went through short sales and foreclosures, and we were teenagers or we were in our early 20s. And it's freaking scary, right? Like we're looking at it like, well, that can happen to us if that happened to my parents. And so there's a lot of fear surrounding buying from the age range that is ready to buy. And also some misinformation too. So people are looking at, they need to have 20% down to be able to purchase. You don't. 3%, 3.5%, or there's grants that can cover that amount as well. Sometimes the closing costs can be covered by the seller. That's not happening as often. That's my disclaimer, because there is low inventory. So the seller is going to go work with a buyer that doesn't need that concession. But closing costs can be less than what a first and last is on a rental. If that's a security deposit's really high, or they're charging you security deposits for your pets or whatever, you could be out quite a bit of money that you're not getting back. And if you put that towards a down payment, look, where are you? I mean, do you know? Can you the money that you've been saving to move to that new rental, can that money be applied towards your purchase, and you end up owning your home instead of renting? And I think, I talk about housing security, and the rent in this market is crazy. And most of the time, rent is higher than what the mortgage payment is going to be. And so can you afford to buy? Probably. And I've got, mortgage partners that can help you figure that out. So those of you who land in this 26,000, don't be afraid. Let's talk about it. The worst that can happen is you decide to rent. I mean, and you're in the same place that you were in, but the conversation is just what can I do? So this is where that kind of comes in about the 27 to 35 year olds, right? So 27 to 35 year olds are the ones that are getting married, having children, settling down, that kind of thing. And about 5,086 of them are going to have household formations, right? And so their first time purchases to be taken from the inventory, 3,501. So if those 5,000 households, we have about a 69% home ownership rate in Placer County. And so that's 3,500 people who are going to buy next year. Actual homes being built, 2,395. So we are in a significant shortage of what is needed for the people that actually want to purchase in this county. If, we do have, kind of a small, and it's slowed down a lot, small exodus out of state. So that is giving us some availability and inventory as far as, stuff we can absorb. Again, like with the 45 to 64 group, Even in the 36 to 44 group on the higher end, they're selling and then buying something else. So they kind of negate their inventory, right? So they're not leaving inventory for this first time home buyer to absorb. And there was a whole conversation on one of the community groups, Roseville, Rockland, Lincoln, I think, neighborhood group, about multiple offers. Well, there's going to be multiple offers in this price range because there's not enough inventory. And there's not the other house that the buyer can go just buy instead. It doesn't exist. So that is why, if we don't get any more inventory over the next 5 years, that appreciation is forecasted. So looking at unemployment in Placer County, we are at 3.35% unemployment, and the national average is 3.5. So we have a really low unemployment rate here, which means more people have financial security, which means they want housing security, which means they want to purchase home. Average median household income in Placer County is $85,000. National average is $61,000. And the affordability index means that 120% of the people in Placer County can afford to buy a home. So that is a quick overview of this real estate report card that I got from Kristen Cooper at Finance of America. I absolutely think this information is super cool. If you would like a similar report card for possibly your home price or your county, I can get that for you. Again, this is Erica with the Poindexter Real Estate Group, Placer County Realtor. And if you need anything, give me a call, 530-333-7207, or shoot me a message if you'd like a copy of this report card for yourself. Thank you, and hope you're having a happy Friday. Bye.